Surprise, I've decided to do a video version in celebration of my 3-year anniversary of the Girlfriends After Show. It'll also be audio as usual. Usually I've been doing just audio versions of the show for the last year or so. And it's a very successful show for us on the audio podcast. So thank you to all the audio listeners. You make the show. We started the show back in June 14th, 2020, when the pandemic started. I was watching the show anyway. I was home watching the show all the time. I have my I don't have them with me over here, do I? My DVDs. I have all the DVDs, and I was watching them, and I was like, okay. And so I decided, well, what if I do an after show for it? I'm already watching them. I'm getting these great epiphanies, these little thoughts. And I was trying to build my channel a little more with some diverse content. And there are a lot of Girlfriends fans out there, a lot. I know I haven't even touched all the Girlfriends fans over the time. Like I said, it's a successful podcast for it, but I know I haven't reached everybody. But at first I was doing audio and video. I did both. I noticed the video was okay, but the audio was doing better. So I thought, let's do it on audio. And it's fine. I have learned so much about myself, the show, its importance as I've been watching the episodes back. And now it's on Netflix, which is funny. I'll do the show before it was even announced it was coming back on Netflix. Weird for that. Again, it was just kind of crazy. Like, oh, okay, that's kind of crazy. Okay. And then Netflix, I was like, ooh, it's going to be really great. Now I get his attention. So it's been fun sharing my feelings about certain episodes, storylines, characters the last 3 years. And many of you shared your feelings too and have told me how you feel about what I'm talking about. One of the areas that has not been fruitful for me at all, and that is getting guests on the show. Being the big four, and I know I'm not a huge star, so I'm not going to get them. I guess. I mean, that's Tracy Ellis Ross and Jill Marie Jones and Persia White and Golden Brooks. Love them. Love their work even outside of the show. I follow all of them. I've tagged them in the beginning and stuff. I stopped tagging after a while. But I'm not on their radar, I guess, at all. A couple of them have liked a couple of my posts over time, but not on their radar. And so I not that I expected that on some level. If I got one of the girls on the show, I would die. And I would love it. So ladies who watch the show, I'd love to have you on. I'm totally safe and we have a good time. I love the show. But I've contacted several of the side characters and some of the other characters, and a couple have read my request and ignored me. They've not answered me back at all. I'm not gonna name names, do all that, because that's just too shady. I'm not gonna do that. Because they're still welcome on my show. I mean, anybody's welcome on my show. Whether you answer back or not at the time, I don't judge. Come back on the show. Come on the show anytime. Anybody who's ever on the show, you're welcome to come on the show. That's an open invitation. No, you're ready. But I was talking to some, and they never resulted in interviews. I'm not sure why, to tell you the truth. We could never just go, okay, let's do it. It's like, call me this time, text me this time. I had some great conversations with some of the cast off camera and some great messaging off camera. And I follow a few. And like I said, they were nice. But for some reason, we can't close the deal. So I don't know what that is either. So the one thing with this after show that what keeps me going is, and again, they're still welcome to call the show anytime. They know who they are if they listen to this. I seriously would love to have guests on the show. I think the show had a lot to offer. It was much more groundbreaking than I originally when I watched it originally back those 20 years ago. It's on Netflix. It's all people are always talking about it and watching it. I have so much I want to talk about on the show with people, and so that's the only thing that was lacking. I mean, most of my other shows I get guests, and they come on, but for some reason this one it is just not. They're all live. They're all here. They're all doing stuff. I can't get them, and so those who've asked me why aren't they being guests on the show, I'm like, but I continue doing the show because I love the show and I watch it off and on all the time. So I will continue to share. I will continue to share my thoughts on episodes and things, and I will continue to do it because people like it. And I'm still try get some guests on here at some point. I'm still going to try. I never give up, and hopefully they'll come on. But it's very interesting. So, but I'm glad I did this after show. I'm glad I've done it. It led to other after shows that I'm doing. Happy 3-year anniversary to me, the after show, and everybody who watches it. We are, like I said, audio or every audio streaming service. So if you want to listen to us on audio, we're there. And this is YouTube, JLJ Media. If you want to like us, I have other shows on here too. Thank you so much, and I will see you at the next episode.